shots. The Eagles are top in the conference right now when it comes to field goal percentage, so they need to get up on them early and no easy open shots. And finally, protect the paint. This is not an FGCU team living and dying by the three-point line anymore. They want to get inside, so clog up that paint. For FGCU, they got to take care of the basketball. The Dolphins are first in the conference with turnover margin and steals. They're great at pressuring the basketball, so be careful. And finally, keep them off the free throw line because Jacksonville ranks third in the nation when it comes to free throws made.
Dolphins quickly inside to Priscilla Williams, who acquires her first bucket of the game, averaging 15 points, over 8 rebounds on the season. Take a look at the FGCU starting five, presented by NCH. Williams does a good job deflecting the pass. JU running, mid-range jumper off the mark. Out of play. It's going the other way. That was Tatum Brown's first attempt, a freshman from Loganville, Georgia. Jacksonville's starting five. Tatum Brown has been such a presence just in her first year. 10 points a game and nearly 40% from beyond the arc. Inside, Jalea Pillow turning and finishing at the rim.
Great job by her, just staying calm in that. The defender came up and met her there, but just kept her composure, and nice, easy layup for the Eagles.
Williams looking to respond. Off back iron, rebound corralled by Serena Roll, the redshirt senior. Dolphins get back defensively. Here's Sinai Douglas leading the way at the point for FGCU this season. Flips up a three, missed everything. Williams will pick it up the floor. Tough pass to handle. Really poked away by Staden. Jacksonville's second in the A-Sun in offense this season. Over 72 a game. That turnaround J off by Kamari Mitchell, the sophomore guard from Richmond.
And just a great job by Campbell, keeping her in front and keeping her hands up and not giving an easy foul early.
Look at head coach Special Jennings now in her third season. Guiding Jacksonville, has consistently upped the win total in her 3 years. Went 11-20 year one. Improved last season to 14-17 and has already surpassed last year's win total this year's campaign. Nice quick first step to the bucket. Serena Roll puts FGCU up.
Again, great job by Roll, recognizing that both those blocks were open. Nice quick little pump fake and right to the hole.
Jacksonville just 3 wins in program history against this FGCU squad. Left-handed jumper good. Maya Bowman, Shepherd University transfer, knocks it in. She's averaging just over 6 a game. A couple minutes in here to the first quarter. Jordan Campbell doubled. Dolphins recover defensively, 9 to shoot. Douglas, crossover, driving, stripped and fouled.
And the Dolphins right now are doing a great job at making FGCU start their offense a couple steps outside of the three-point line, and that is what's going to be to their advantage.
Head coach Raina Harmon, first season guiding FGCU. Longtime assistant under Lisa Bluter at Iowa. Always had her eye on FGCU, and she was interviewing with other programs and years prior to her accepting this role. She'd ask herself, is this place like FGCU? Do they have the culture? Can we build it in the kind of style that this mid-major program has? Called it her North Star. When the job came open, she texted her agent, let's go.
She was ready for it. And I think that's just so great that she came in and also made it her own. She knew the history of this place, but again, wanted to put her own stamp on it.
Eagles up a point. 3 minutes into the first quarter. Campbell doubled again. They're hedging on those pick and rolls on the wing, trying to cause trouble for Campbell to stay with the Eagles as Steve Alexander subs in for the first time.
The guards today are going to have a tough matchup because they need to be the dribbles need to have a point to it. They can't just expect that Jacksonville is going to let them come off a screen. They need to be ready to curl around that screen.
Some early issues offensively for the Eagles. Inside roll. Alexander dishes. Campbell Baseline drive sealed off. 1 second to get it off. Great defensive possession by the Dolphins. The FGCU turns it over.
Again, just a great job keeping them outside of the paint. FGCU wants to get inside, and if Jacksonville can keep them spread out like that, it's going to work to their advantage.
Era Levy subs in for the first time, who had a career day in the win against Bellarmine. 15 points on 5 3-pointers. That'll earn her some more playing time in the first quarter here today. Brown distributes. 10 to shoot. Mitchell inside, easy layup connected. Good offensive set.
And they're just doing a great job at staying with it. Even if they're not getting that first or second initial pass that they're looking for, the offense is still moving.
Amaya Bowman, another bucket. Jacksonville back in front. There's that double team on the wing again. Jump ball, and it's going Jacksonville's way.
And that's something that the guards need to talk amongst themselves right now. That one little dribble is going to get them in trouble every single time. They have either got to start dribbling less, passing, doing a skip pass, get this Jacksonville defense moving.
Somebody's open.
Somebody.
Each of those sequences. Haven't been able to find them. It's the third time Jacksonville has employed that trap on the wing. Difficult shot, rolls out. Douglas fighting for the rebound. Big scrum for it. 3 players go down. Jump ball's called. The Arrows with FGCU this time. Superior Eagles sub in. Pillow is back. Shamir Quimby in for the first time as well. Competitive game here in the early going. Back and forth. High intensity level.
We knew nothing was going to be easy for either team when it comes to offensive plays. They're going to absolutely make them work, and you're not going to get that first easy look and especially FGCU, who likes to push the ball up. Jacksonville is going to make them run offense.
Zone look defensively here. Does lead to an open 3. Levy skips off. Now to play off the fingertips of Staten. It's about 3 minutes now without a bucket from the field for FGCU.
They did better about moving the ball left to right, but again, they're kind of suffering. They haven't really gotten much paint touches, so they need to find someone to get up in there.
They've always been able to rely on their defense this season, though. Giving up just 58 points a game. Miller, throws it away. Quimby scoops it. Spins at the block. Contested shot, forced a errant miss. And a third tie-up in a matter of moments. This time the Arrow back with JU. And a fun, frenetic start in Fort Myers. 4:29 to play first quarter. A matchup to the best teams in the A-Sun. JU and FGCU underway.
Todd and I are local. We're involved in our community.
A lot of the games have not taken on, obviously, significance of that nature, but this one feels like one of the more meaningful games in recent program history.
And I had a feeling that's the type of game we were getting, because again, this is an FGCU team that's finding themselves in positions they usually don't find themselves in conference play. They're lower ranked, they're being defeated by other teams, and Jacksonville has just been absolutely dominating the conference.
Priscilla Williams, a huge reason why. Second in scoring, first in rebounding. Foul on the fast break. It's an offensive foul going the other way.
Just a great recognition by Staten there to just wait. She knew Jacksonville was not stopping. She was going to keep your feet, keep planning, and just take that charge.
And to your point from a moment ago, this FGCU team, they know that these programs feel they're a little vulnerable. Hey, maybe this is the year to get FGCU. A little bit of a chip on the shoulder now, the Eagles more than midway through conference play as Levy picks up where she left off from 2 days ago.
She's still on fire. She's feeling it. But again, that's what you need. Somebody needs to step up. You just almost went 3 minutes without scoring, and that is just a huge momentum for FGCU right now.
5 3-pointers in that win. It was her first double-figure game against a D1 opponent. She did have 22 against Lauderdale in another game where she went off. Pick and roll inside. Called to draw another charge. No whistle this time. Basket put in by Bowman.
So close, but it just, again, a great idea to be there. That way Jacksonville is kind of second-guessing themselves maybe the next time down where they need to be ready on that dish down low.
Second best offense in Jacksonville against the second best defense in FGCU. Levy, spot up in the corner, wants another. Just a tad too strong there.
Jacksonville needs to recognize with that zone, that lower half needs to be communicating right now. They don't want the Eagles to have wide open looks from the three.
Jacksonville with a wide open look, can't knock it down from the wing, leak out. Quimby travels.
And now that I like that they're trying to now get that momentum of the fast break, but now that's twice for Quimby. I want her to maybe pull that out, recognize that she's got two defenders down there, and start creating the offense for the Eagles.
Tatum Brown getting back and causing the mistake there from Quimby in what looks like an easy leak out opportunity. Tightly contested first quarter, 8-8, the final few minutes. Williams hasn't taken a shot since the first attempt of the game. Looking to post up Levy here. They switch sides of the floor instead. 9 to shoot. Miller straight downhill and draws the foul.
But that's great for FGCU that Williams hasn't really been able to have those looks like she's used to. The more they can take her out of the offensive sets, it will be beneficial for the Eagles.
Raina Harmon has to be pleased, though. These are the first free throws for Jacksonville, nearly 8 minutes into the first quarter. It's a Dolphin team that leads the league in free throw attempts per game with 26 of them, and taking nearly 100 more than any other team in the league.
They're definitely a team that is not afraid to go tough at defenders and make sure that they can get themselves to the free throw line.
0 for 2, though. Here's Staten running the floor. Post defense forced it up the shot. Now FGC will get to the strike. Raina Harmon trying to speed up the tempo of things a little bit. Quimby last time running the floor. Staten that time got to the block and will get to the line. Ace Staten, transfer from Towson in her 5th season of college basketball. Started at Essex before 2 years with the Towson program. Impressive performance last time out for FGCU, although it came against the Bellarmine program that's just struggling to get to the end of the season with injuries, now 2-22. Bellarmine played a nice first quarter, though. It was only 21-17 after a quarter of play. Raina Harmon said at the half that she felt that her team played average for those first 2 quarters, but got what she was looking for the rest of the way.
And that's what I kind of warned about when you come against those teams where you maybe already assume that you're going to win, but it can catch you on your heels sometimes.
Tatum Brown, 1v1, goes to work, knocks down the mid-range. Leads the league in steals. Certainly very capable offensively as well. Levy, corner. No. Alexander crashing the glass. Williams looks like she had the block. Instead, free throws for Alexander. Williams looks a little confused at the call.
Jacksonville needs to be aware that Levy now has 2 wide open shots in the corner. And if they watched any film from Thursday, she keeps getting those looks, it's gonna fall for her. She's definitely a shooter that is not afraid for a couple of misses.
She's already put up 4 3-pointers today. 1 for 4. Alexander transferred in from Florida A&M off on the first free throw. Special Jennings working the refs right now during those free throws. Contact on the drive. That's off by Miller. Nearly got it back. Second opportunity here for Jacks. Good bounce pass inside, and the finish from Mitchell.
And a great job recognizing that that baseline was wide open. Again, just that movement by Jacksonville, by the players that don't have the ball, and recognizing, let me get to the block for my teammate.
Nia Smith with the dime. FGCU not on the same page there. Oh, it's ripped away by Smith. Just picked her pocket to the rim, missed it. Good recovery by Roll. Staten cut off. They got him in rotation. The foul committed on the perimeter by Smith.
The more FGCU can find ways to get Jacksonville out of that set defense, that's really where they're struggling. All of that movement. Now you got Williams flying out to the three-point line, and you're able to dribble in, fly by her. Another teammate is also open if it's not yourself.
That may not have been the worst foul for Jacksonville if that didn't put FGCU at the line. They were out of sorts defensively. Staten will get a pair now. Eagles just 3 of 7 at the stripe in this first quarter.
If this game is going to remain as close as it is, as I think it's going to for the next 40 minutes, for the rest of this game, they need to start making these free throws because it's going to count.
They get bailed out. Williams and Smith not on the same page, both going for the rebound. FGCU gets another possession out of it. Let's get the inbounds in. Levy stripped from behind. Almost a 2-on-1. Outlet pass wasn't a good one. There's Williams, who transferred in from Oregon. Also spent time at Syracuse. There's a foul on Campbell. That's what Special Jennings has been asking for. Those kind of reach-in calls. But it's only the second team foul on FGCU. Williams also spent a little time at South Florida as well. So her fourth collegiate stop. This has been her most effective one yet. Crossover, floater, foul, and one. Smith will go to the line, a chance for 3. No, excuse me, it's offensive.
That is now the third charge that Staten has taken right there. Jacksonville needs to recognize when she's down there. She just could have just stopped right at the free throw line there and made her little jumper instead of continuing on.
Staten always willing to step in there and draw the charge. The team down by 2. Levy launches again. She's had 2 of them in this first quarter. Clapping her hands back down the floor. Good start to this one for Levy. Jacksonville can take the final shot. They shoot quickly though and get to the line as Mitchell forces the issue.
And starting back with Levy, that was actually a contested 3 right there, but she's already had enough open looks. She's getting into the rhythm of her shooting. So that right there, you need a tougher closeout than that. But a great job by Jacksonville to come down hard and just get to the free throw line.
Tara Levy playing a much bigger role the last 2 games. She's only played in 4 of the 11 league games for FGCU this season. 16 minutes against Bellarmine. That was the most she's played in any A-Sun matchup. Made the most of it. Might have a bit more meaningful role the rest of the way if the shooting continues as such.
It's always what makes conference play so fun because, yes, you always have your leading scorers you're keeping an eye on, but there's always those few players that make a shine.
It's Alexander from the corner. Right before the end of the quarter, half-court heave is off the mark. The Eagles were 1 of 5 to start the half from 3. With Levy and Alexander. There was a 2-game stretch in that losing streak. They shot 2 of 33 from beyond the arc. They're shooting 34% in the wins since. FGCU off to start the second quarter. 0 for 4 today, though, the Dolphins from beyond the arc. They go inside on their first second quarter possession. Bowman, turnarounds, front rim and off. Douglas there for the board.
And coming into this game, both teams aren't really shooting great from the three-point line, but what FGCU again does so well is they stay consistent in finding those open looks.
Campbell, good dish inside. Defense thought she was going to shoot. Threaded the needle. 2 points, FGCU.
Much better job about getting inside, outside looks, and that is what's helping break down Jacksonville's defense.
Williams, quick trigger on that possession, off the mark.
I think for Williams to get back into her offensive game, she needs to start inside as well. She hasn't made an outside shot, so to get back into her rhythm, get some inside looks, get a layup, get yourself to the free throw line.
Levy wants another, knocks it down. Era Levy has 3 triples in this first half.
Those 2 wide open threes is really what's costing Jacksonville right now, because now she is just feeling it.
Dolphins can't answer. Levy committed the foul. No, Douglas gonna pick up the foul, fighting for the rebound.
If Jacksonville is going to stay into this zone, that closeout right there is not good enough, again, when she has already made a three-point line. Now you just gotta be running at her, make her put the ball on the floor.
Even when Levy hasn't been knocking down those 3, FGCU's had a lot of open three-pointers out of that zone. There's Williams getting back to what she does best.
And again, that's an inside look for her. She has a little bit of a height advantage too inside, so if she can get going in there, I think that's gonna help her get back into this game.
Bowman whistled for the foul on the entry pass. 5-point FGCU lead. Eagles shooting 46% from the field. And a more tag fresh into the game. Levy bounces inside. Alexander taking on Williams. Difficult angle sent away. Williams starts the fast break. Step through and fouled by Levy. 2 free throws coming up for Priscilla Williams. 2-time ASUN Player of the Week. Had a 44-point game a few weeks ago. Best in program history.
And again, you got to understand, Williams is not a player. That first quarter that she had, you know she's going to get back into this game. So that is where FGCU needs to recognize that she's not going to be soft. She's not going to back off at all. Again, stay up on her and know where she is at all times. Special
Jennings said when she's locked in, when she's focused, she has that look in her eyes. She said, man, it's her world. It's her. ASUN teams have figured that out this year.
It gets scary when you see players like that because, and again, it's so fun to watch them because they're not only great at creating offense for themselves, the more they draw in other teams to herself, she now makes her teammates wide open.
Great distributor, too. Jacksonville struggled from the free throw line today, though, as well. 2 for 6. Quimby, difficult shots. Well off the mark. Here comes JU again. On the run, 2 more free throws as the trips to the line start adding up here for JU.
And you notice that their defense has gotten more up on the shooter. They're Brown, both times that Levy has gotten the ball, she's been right up in her face. She's caught the ball like now 2 to 3 steps outside that three-point line to where she cannot be more comfortable shooting from there.
Here's 2 free throws for Tatum Brown, highest ranked recruit in Jacksonville history as a McDonald's All-American nominee. Free throw struggles continue. Quimby being seen by the athletic trainer in that medical tents in the background there, being evaluated. Keep an eye on that. Second chance nearly falls. Pillow secures the rebound by the baseline and is fouled by Bowman.
Surprisingly not shooting well from the free throw line right now by Jacksonville, but a great job by Williams getting that rebound and trying to create another offensive set for her team.
They're 70% team from the stripe. That's best in the ASUN. Just 2 for 8 today. .20 to play in the first half. Here's Staten. 4 points. It travels. First turnover of the quarter for FGCU. Offense trying to find an offensive rhythm right now. Smith, mid-range jumper from the elbow, well off. Douglas searching for space. Douglas to the rim, left hand, finger roll good.
And that is the game that FGCU wants to be involved in, that up and down. Douglas is so good about getting to the center of the floor and just causing confusion for defenses.
Haley Burns can't finish the three-point drought. Campbell locates three. Shorts. Back and forth here. Williams does not have numbers. JU into their offense. 7-4 in the A-Sun. One of 4 teams at 7-4. Just get out of a dangerous spot. Williams, no. It's 0 for 8 now for the Dolphins.
It's tough. Jacksonville really hasn't found that offensive rhythm. FGCU's defense is really just throwing them off. But I will say they are doing a good job at getting feet in the paint.
FGCU's three-point defense is second in the league. That's shining here today. 10 to shoot for Staten. Roll. Campbell driving. How about Jordan Campbell to the rim?
A great job at just sticking with that. Every single defender that came up to her, she just kept her dribble, kept her cool. Nice layup.
Burns runs into traffic. Distributes. Miller skips off. Foul on the floor. They're going to get Douglas with her second. Her third, actually, excuse me. Jacksonville hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes as FGCU has built a 9-point lead, but with 5:32 to play in the half, Sinai Douglas will take a seat.
Definitely tough watching Douglas go out there because she is so important to this Eagles offense, but this is where Jacksonville needs to recognize that their point guard is on the bench right now and use that.
Open three, Burns, yes! And Jacksonville finally knocks down their first triple, 1 for 10. Much needed after their largest deficit of the game had just been picked up. Staten, just an unconfident move right there.
And I appreciate the fact that she's trying to do that jab step. I'm not entirely sure how much she dragged her foot there. Crowd doesn't love that call, but great job by Williams staying a little bit lower, knowing that Staten, yes, she'll shoot the three from out there, but she's probably looking to drive.
Inside Williams, good positioning. Will finish those. Count the basket. Williams has 6.
Great job at working her way down there. Again, that's really what we weren't seeing, but her teammates also need to keep feeding her inside. A lot of the time, she has a height advantage against whoever is defending her. So
things that put her in a mindset, hey, I am ready. I have the experiences to handle this.
And coming from a team like Iowa as well, you would just think with all the great basketball that you've been a part of, you would absolutely be sure of yourself. But I think that's also what makes her as great of a coach and as fun to watch her in this role, because she's not overconfident with what she can bring to a team.
Credits Lisa Bluter for being able to learn so much under her, how to treat people from their star players to anyone around your program. Foul there on Jacksonville in the press, their third. A 3-point game after FGCU had extended the lead to 9, and it's another travel. Third turnover of the quarter. 9 now on FGCU. 3 straight travels as well.
And just a great job by Jacksonville keeping FGCU in front, especially when they finally do get inside. They're doing a lot better about staying straight up with them and making sure that you're forcing them to make a play down there.
6-0 run for the Dolphins. Williams, high ball screen. Got a mismatch with Campbell here. Help from Levy came. Miller now across the free throw line. Smith spot up 3, yes!
And what starts at is how consistently they are getting inside the three-point line on those guards dribbling around this screen.
Pillow dispatching her defender, commits the offensive foul. Alexander re-enters after Pillow picks up her second. It's a 9-0 run now for the Dolphins over 57 seconds. Another three on the way. Tatum Brown this time off target. Jacksonville starting to feel more confident, though, offensively the last 2 minutes. Inside, Alexander, jump ball, Jacksonville possession.
Much better job at being inside and clogging the basketball, because what post players now need to be aware of, they can't bring the ball down to their waist so quickly because Jacksonville can get their hands down there. They love stripping the ball from you. Keep the ball high when you're down in the post.
Jacksonville does force about 21 turnovers per game. They're starting to add up here for FGCU. Attacking the zone, across the paint. Micaiah Miller for two.
Again, just a great job right in the middle of the paint. Miller just so good, and she's a guard and a great patience inside, and Jacksonville also smart with everybody else staying spread out.
Alexander can't handle the entry pass. Here's Williams, gives it up. White, add two more, and the Dolphins are on a 13
right now.
A blitz from Jacksonville here, 13-0 run over the last 2:20. All of a sudden, FGCU down by 4 at home. They were just up 9. Roll, foul.
And they're missing Douglas right now because she's got those 3 fouls, so she's on the bench, and she's a huge component on the offense of getting inside, because she doesn't just sit outside of the 3-point line. She's so good about getting to the middle and opening up the floor.
This entire run has been with Douglas on the bench. Roll forces it up, much needed bucket, ends the 13-0 run.
And that's what's so great about FGCU in seasons past, is that they have so many players that can step up at any time.
Miller from downtown. Well, the perimeter shots are starting to fall for the Dolphins. Largest lead of the game for JU. 3 for their last 4 after starting 0 for 9. We call that a regression to the mean, right? We're going to keep missing.
Just got to keep shooting, that's all.
Roll through traffic. Good finish.
And Roll is so good at recognizing that somebody needs to step up. Again, recognizing that she can get inside and drive to either the left or right side. And if she doesn't have something, somebody else is open.
Williams, poor pass. Good hands by Staten. Zone works there. Here's Alexander down the floor. Easy 2.
And that's what FGCU went away with from a little bit there, with all those just passes and the turnovers. They need to just keep finding ways of sprinting up the floor and spreading out the defense.
Yeah, it stopped getting defensive stops as well. Didn't have many chances to run down the floor like that. Williams taking on Alexander. 2 more free throws for Priscilla Williams, who will go to the line for the 4th and 5th time today. Minute 25 left in the first half. This is living up to the billing so far, first 2 quarters.
And they got to be ready. Again, we knew Williams was not going to be quiet all game long, so they need to recognize that, yes, she can shoot from out there, but she is looking to drive inside, so the defenders don't want to get split too many times by her.
This is what Jacksonville does. They get to the line at an elite rate. Didn't have their first free throws until 8 minutes into the game today. This will be their 11th. Williams now 8 points, 7 rebounds. Look at 9 points. And look at Quimby after going to the medical tent. Got that ice pack wrapped around the left knee. It does not look encouraging for any action the rest of the way. Staten gets the field goal underneath. Williams running just as quickly back. Miller, no foul. Campbell trying to break some pressure. 4 seconds to get it across. Staten does. Staten all the way. Good. And 1. Amber, Williams went for the steal in midcourt, got caught behind, and Stain recognized it.
And Jacksonville just wasn't back in time. They need to get more players sprinting down the floor because, again, FGCU is looking to push the ball, especially Staten. She wants to get inside.
The second she saw a paint area without the presence of Williams, she made a beeline for it.
She said, looks like my time to get in there.
It's the time to go when Priscilla Williams is not there. The free throws, constant problem today. Now 3 of 9 for FGCU. Corner 3, too short. Alexander skies in. Jacksonville player still down behind the play. It's 5 on 4 here. Lady's wide open. No. Alexander can't finish in an immediate timeout as Williams was the one behind the play, holding her head.
If you're Jacksonville right now, you're definitely holding your breath because she is someone you do not want to lose this early in the game. But she is getting beaten on right now. She left and right. I feel like you just keep seeing her on the floor because so many people don't want her to get the basketball easy, but definitely want to make sure she's not getting hacked on.
Special Jennings walking over to check on her star player.
You hope it's something maybe that for the next 32 seconds, she can just go back to the bench, catch her breath, get some ice if she needs it, and just be able to collect herself. And hopefully it's something that she can take the halftime as well to recover and get back in for the second half.
Did not see live if she happened to land around her head or if there was any contact there. And hopefully just needs a breather and able to walk off on her own power. Looks like careened into her teammate, maybe.
And that's just, it's unfortunate because that's just the type of game that this is. It's so intense and everybody is just flying in for these rebounds and it's just tough. It's friendly fire that got caught on, but you know, it's never fun when it's part of the face.
So Sharmella Reed will be the one to sub in. Keep in mind, Jacksonville already playing without Kylie Howard, one of their senior forwards who had been averaging 7 a game until she was injured about a month ago. 2-second differential between shot and game clock. This is the first possession without Williams on the floor for Jacksonville today. Zone look for FGCU. Miller drives, bounces it inside. Foul on Alexander with 12.4 to play.
And I was going to say, they were kind of just dribbling too much on the outside. When FGCU goes into that 3-2 zone, that middle is wide open. So they've got to keep finding ways to get inside, and that's exactly what worked for them. You had your guard on the wing, just drop down, wide open layup.
Those Jacksonville guards, they're just waiting for the center to pull up. They can drop that little bounce pass in there. Very patient, very effective when they attack the paint.
It just really breaks down defenses too because you have so, especially in a zone, there is just so much option because now does the guard pick up the person in the middle? Does the post player have to come up, leave the block open? It just really breaks down that defense and it's so great for an offense to get inside.
8 seconds to play first half. Got to go quickly here. Roll to the rim. No. Looks like she had gotten behind the defense. Good challenge by Reed. Ill-timed. Williams was trying to help her out. The official said, folks, we got to play.
We got a game to start.
Third quarter underway. Nice start for Staten. She's into double figures now with 10.
And she's feeling confident inside at that free throw line. Again, Williams just wants to step up a little bit more because she can knock those down for the free throw lines, but I get why she's staying back too, because she knows she can drive.
Smith attacking and an offensive foul. Smith looks stunned. That was really deep in the paint. I thought that might have been in the restricted area, but a quick offensive foul. It's the third today on JU.
And again, they need to understand that the post players for FGCU are trying to cause that. So when you get down on the block, just do a quick stop and look, pivot, see who's open. Again, keep moving.
Staden flips it up. It's off the mark. That was Smith's third foul, by the way. Tatum Brown goes into the corner. Three launched off the heel. Weak side rebound, Mitchell. Going right back to work across the lane. The shoelace is good now, but the shot is off the mark. Douglas playing with 3 fouls. Jacksonville went on a 13-0 run the moment she left the court. We'll reset here. 2-point Eagle lead. Douglas calls off the screens. It wants an ISO. 5 to shoot. Douglas, a nice step through and hits.
And what's so awesome about Douglas is that even with those 3 fouls, she does not change how she plays. She just gets smarter and is more aware.
That time, a blocking foul on Staden. Jacksonville continuing to probe in the paints.
But I will say, Jacksonville's guards are not fearful at all to keep going inside. They really don't mind whoever is down there because, again, they know they can trust their teammates, but they're also not afraid to go one-on-one.
Thought that was about to be a second charge in the span of 90 seconds. Violation on the free throw there. Two-point Eagle lead. Good defense on the drive by Roll. Will stay with FGCU. Roll off the pump fake. No, just popped out.
And so smart by Williams right there. It wasn't a huge movement, but it was just enough fake inside to make FGCU second guess that drive.
Miller had just connected on the end one, nearly hit the 3. Here's Special Jennings yelling out from the bench, no middle. Don't want to allow Staden those downhill drives. Douglas, that's a more difficult shot, still connects.
And when a player like Douglas goes out for that long, she is somebody that knows when she gets back on the court, she is going to give it her all because she's not happy that she had to sit out and be missing for her team.
Leads the team in points, assists, and steals, and Williams gets that one from the outside. 41-40, it's her first triple today. Williams has 12. Here's Roll, taking on Miller. They swing it to Campbell, has some space. Campbell can't hit. Williams rising for her 9th rebound. Miller looking for some help. Williams, wraparound pass. Too strong. Bowman misfires. Douglas sprinting, bounce pass, Staden stripped. It'll stay with the Eagles. Brown thought that might have gone off the thigh.
It's a great hustle by Brown to get back because that is what's something that they were lacking in once FGCU started going on that run. They were pushing the ball a lot quicker and Jacksonville wasn't getting anybody back. Just great job by Brown to stay with FGCU.
Roll, good position, easy layup. Perfect execution on the inbound. Williams. Oh, how'd she get that to go? Priscilla Williams has 14.
And Williams is just somebody that is not afraid. She knows she wants to win today. She doesn't need an offensive set every single time. She knows she can go one-on-one.
Staden taking on Williams. A defensive foul. Her second. Whites will enter. Bit of consternation whether that was a free throw or not. It will be 2 shots for May Staden, who is 2 of 5 at the stripe today. The continuation rules are not quite what they are in the NBA, but again, is that an off-season adjustment? And we do see more free throws on drives of that nature. Staden knocks down the second.
I'm happy to see her knock those down because, again, this game has just been so back and forth, and no one's really had a huge lead. So those free throws are really going to matter as this game gets closer to the end.
Largest lead for FGCU has been 9, 5 for Jacksonville. Brown, or White, excuse me. Mitchell, no. Mitchell 1 of 5 from the field now. Levy forced the pass. That was not the decision. And gives up 2 on the other end because of it.
Again, their guards are so good about taking advantage of those passes that aren't very sure. And just FGCU has got to be better about eliminating those passes.
Pillow over Williams, no. Jacksonville leads the league in steals. You're seeing why. Williams with the handles. Left hand, you bet. What a finish. Priscilla Williams taking over here in the third.
And she's so strong about starting from her right and going to her left. Again, a problem for guards because she is undersized. She's 6'2". She's got handles. Most players her size either struggle with the dribbling, they're very dominant from outside, but she can do both.
Asserting herself in this third. 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Officials are going to go to the monitor to make sure the foul is on the correct player, because that was on Douglas, which would be her 4th. So Raina Harmon wants them to take a look at it. We'll take a break while they do that. 46-45, Jacksonville up by 1. successful review for Raina Harmon. The foul switched to Jalea Pillow instead of Sinai Douglas. So instead of Raina Harmon, star point guard, saddled on the bench with 4 fouls, Douglas and Pillow both with 3.
Sure, that's definitely a sigh of relief for FGCU with Douglas not going to the bench right now with 4, because this is still a lot of time left in the second half, and if she were to go out, she would probably have to sit out the remainder of this quarter because they just can't afford to lose her. But excellent, that is only 3, and it was on Pillow.
Such an impact for, you could see what she means to the team. Only 2 points and 3 rebounds today, but when she's not on the court, they struggle.
But that just goes to show the type of player that she is as well. When she is not scoring, you've seen it multiple times this year. She hasn't been in the scoring category like she's used to, but it doesn't stop her play. She still goes hard. She gets to the middle. She finds a way to create the offense for her teammates.
Williams now 8 points in this third quarter. 17 on the game. She's 6 of 9 from the field and already with a double-double. That's her 8th of the season. Leads the A-Sun. 2-point Jacksonville lead. Serena roll. 10 to shoot. Douglas calls the set out. It's another ISO. More tag. Long 2. Side rim and off. Tatum Brown surveying. Williams sees the matchup. Going to work. Loves that left hand.
FGCU has to figure out a way. Now that's 3 times coming down the floor. She's gone onto the right side and right to her left hand. They need to find a way to sit on her left hand and just make her use her right.
Foul on Bowman there. 3rd on Jacksonville of the quarter. There are few players that can take over a game quite like Priscilla Williams has shown she can in A-Sun play. May not be on pace for the 44-point outburst she had earlier. She's taken over here. 4-point lead for Jacksonville. In the conference tournament in Jacksonville this year. More tag off the inbounds. Shot influenced by Williams. It's a 7-0 run right now for Jacksonville. Matthew White. Brown tried to go back door. We'll stay with the Dolphins.
Yeah, FGCU right now needs to get the momentum back into their favor, and they need to come up with a couple of stops here right now. It's just been too easy for Jacksonville to get exactly what they wanted. Priscilla going 3 times to the left hand. They got to find answers for those quicker.
They go to Williams, right off the inbound, this time mid-range. She hasn't missed a shot in the third, 4 for 4.
She's on fire. They needed to pay attention to her more coming out of that first quarter. What did they do so well where she was just taking out of the offense? We knew that she was going to do this, but they have not found an answer for her right now in the second half.
Pillow spins into the foul, will get 2 shots. How do you try to get a player like Priscilla Williams out of the rhythm that she's in right now?
Again, it's tough because she's such a good post guard player that you want to get up on her, but she can dribble. Sit on that left hand. Force her back to the right side a couple of times so that way she's not having a wide open, or make sure, start double teaming. Start doing what she's been doing on the defensive side of things. A quick step inside to make her second guess and not think that that left-handed drive is wide open.
Former McDonald's All-American, was the number 3 guard in her recruiting class out of high school as Pillow misses on the first free throw. We mentioned the different collegiate stops she's had. She's battled injuries, searched for the right fit. Her former coach at Syracuse referred her to Special Jennings, and that changed everything for her. She said, "This is my last go-around. Coach Jennings took a chance on me and wanted to reward, for lack of a better term, that leap of faith." Williams probably could have gone to the portal again after last year, but is staying as Brown follows the shot. It'll stay with JU here.
And that's huge with the time that we're in, where players seem to kind of go into that transfer portal a lot quicker. You know, you're not seeing so many players stick it out for the 4 years, but that's awesome that Williams chose to come back, and it's been great so far this season.
Rewriting the Jacksonville record books after a career in which she only averaged 4 points per game at those other 3 schools. It's all coming together now. Williams has the hot hand. Williams going to work. Oh, nearly another and one. She's upset she didn't finish there.
But at least they forced her to cross over and go to the right side. So she was, instead of going up strong to the hole, she's kind of fading away and shooting that right-handed layup.
Right now, the difference in this game is Jacksonville has Priscilla Williams and FGCU doesn't. I feel like this is the kind of player that can guide a team to a couple of wins, get hot come March in that conference tournament. Still plenty of time before all of that, though. This is Jacksonville's largest lead of the game, 53-45. It's an 11-0 run for the Dolphins. Douglas, 3 minutes without a point for FGCU. Who's going to step up here for the Eagles? 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Levy, air ball. Had 9 first half points, up the floor. Mitchell, 2 more. Jacksonville has asserted control. First double-digit lead for either side.
FGCU needs to find a way to start their offense closer to the three-point line. That whole last possession, they were 2 to 3 steps outside. It wasn't until 10 seconds left that Douglas finally got inside and a pass out to the three.
Eagles are shell-shocked right now. Williams from the elbow. Yes! The lead is 12, and it's a 15-0 run.
And now she is just comfortable and in that rhythm that she loves. She drove, she got those easy layups, but now she can hit that little jumper at the elbow there.
16 points in this third quarter for Williams. Staden spins. Airballed it, back-to-back air balls here. Quick substitution for Jacksonville. Mitchell needed a break there. There's an injury substitution. Four minutes without a point for Raina Harmon's side.
I know these are the ruts that Harmon tries to harp with her team, that we need to find an answer, find somehow, get out harder, close out harder. The defense is just 2 steps back right now.
Douglas, they need it. Count the basket. Douglas will go to the line. Ends the 15-0 run.
Just such a spark for this team, just does everything when she is asked for. She knows that she needs to get her team back into this. You gotta end that scoring drought, and she does just that.
If you're Jacksonville, you're thinking to yourself, don't help them out there. That's their first bucket in 4 minutes comes off your own turnover.
And they have been, Jacksonville's been smart about when those guards for FGCU are getting so low, they're allowing them to make their play. They're staying straight up defense, kind of bailed Douglas out there.
Miller had it swatted away. Eagles trying to run. Campbell, pump fake, missed it. Williams, her 11th rebound. Into the corner. Drive, shot forced up, foul on Alexander. Bailey Burns will go to the stripe. 17th and 18th free throws upcoming here for Jacksonville. Gets to the line more than anyone in the league. Dolphins outscoring FGCU 22-13 in this third quarter. 16 of those 23 points now coming from Williams. Burns knocks down the free throw. He's been in double figures the last couple games. 2-2. Pillow in for Alexander.
Pillow definitely wants to be smart here in this last minute and a half. She does not want to pick up any quick fouls because that's going to cost them coming into the fourth quarter.
Staden from the elbow. Got it. And took a bump. Staden will go to the strike.
And Jacksonville has gotten themselves in. That's now three fouls where it's just unnecessary. Staten already got that shot off. You got a little too close. You're going at her. It's and one for Staten.
Former D2 national champion, Nay Staten. 14 points now on 5 of 8 shooting. Williams, a rare breather here with 1:11 left in the third. Staten connects 5 of 8 from the stripe now. 59-51. Eagles in that 3-2 zone. Miller swings it into the corner. 3 on the way. Burns, no. Pillow, weak side rebound. Scrum for Jacksonville got it back. Just ripped it away. Then Douglas steals it back. 4 black jerseys around. She gets it out. Roll, bounce pass. Campbell, no. Staten recovers. Staten still with it. Shorts. Frenetic moments here. Still a loose ball. Now a jump is called, and the arrow is with Jacksonville.
That is tough. 2 layups right there that just should have been easy for them to get. Again, this is a tough game. Nothing is going to be a wide open shot. It's going to be tough. You're probably going to expect somebody to come into you. But FGCU right now, especially with Williams out off the floor right now, they got to keep going inside, and they have to hit those layups.
Chaotic sequence. Raina Harmon was pleading for a foul. I thought the eventual jump ball call might have been a little quick, because there was a sequence about 20 seconds earlier. They let it go for a second or two and did not call a jump.
Didn't even really seem like anybody had true control of it to call that timeout.
It benefits
jump ball.
Jacksonville, though, who can take the final shot. 6 seconds. Burns inside. Got to get it off. Turnaround, Miller, no. The follow. Oh! Brown at the buzzer. 10-point lead at the end of the quarter. Right place, right time. What can Brown do for you?
Absolutely, just flying in, and those matter this late in the game. That is just a great hustle play and not giving up until you hear the buzzer.
61-51, heading to the fourth. If they cannot mount a fourth quarter comeback. They start the fourth with possession. Serena Roll got some space, popped out.
This is definitely going to be a little bit of a gut check for FGCU right here. How are they going to respond coming into the last quarter, 10 down? How do you respond?
And Jacksonville knocks the first punch of the fourth quarter. Burns. 63-51. It's been those 2 runs, right? The 13-0 run in the first half, the 15-0 run in the third quarter.
And the deeper those runs have gone, FGCU has been pushed further out. This is now a second possession where they've gotten inside again.
Douglas with the layup. Burns, mid-range J. Spins away. Reach and foul on Campbell. Difficult assignment there, trying to box out Williams, who has her 3rd offensive rebound there.
And that's been a part of FGCU's problem, especially in the second half, is that they can't figure out how to get back and set into their defense. It's almost like they're lacking in a little bit of communication and trying to find out where Williams is, who's got her, who's going to pick her up. But they just have to keep talking right now, too.
Campbell with the reach that time. Back-to-back fouls, on Campbell.
This is also a bit of a mental game right now, too, especially for Campbell. You now have back-to-back fouls right there. You got the best player on the court. Keep going at it. Don't let that discourage yourself at all. You have to keep going.
Three from just in front of the bench is knocked down. Micaiah Miller, 37% on the season. Good looking shot, 13-point lead. Douglas got to the rim, gets it back to 11. Douglas has 14. Burns turning the corner. Burns to the bucket, another 2. She has 9. Roll quickly down the floor. May Staden the beneficiary. 17 for Staden. Not the time right now to be trading buckets, though, for FGCU.
No, they definitely need to stop right now, but absolutely keep pushing the ball. Try to wear this Jacksonville defense down a little bit, but you need to get some stops right now.
Williams driving baseline. Williams missed it. Second chance, no. Douglas helping out with the rebounds.
But again, that's the second time that they have forced Williams to her right side, and she's missed that layup.
Douglas, no. And coast to coast. Now Jacksonville with some options here. Inside, layup. Free throws coming up for Miller, who just knocked down a 3.
And it's tough because FGCU is trying to push that ball up. Douglas is really just doing everything she can right now, and it's tough when those layups don't fall. But FGCU needs to get back and clog up that paint.
Jacksonville with no intention right now of slowing the game down with around the double-digit lead.
And their guards are definitely not letting up the pressure either. And that is where you truly have seen FGCU struggled on the offensive end of things. They have just not better in the second half, but really have been struggling getting inside.
Reminder coming up later today. Ball State and FGCU, 5:30 first pitch. Part of the FGCU Kickoff Classic. Eagles taking down Long Island, 6 innings last night. Finish that off with the 2-2 mark to start their season before Kansas comes to town on Tuesday. 13-point lead for Jacksonville. They forced a turnover. Baseline, Miller hands it off. Easy 2. Bowman right by the basket. FGCU with some lapses defensively. Then Douglas might have forced that. 3-on-2. Burns short-armed it. Douglas might have got a piece of that.
A great way to respond when you turn the ball over on a not-so-great pass, but great job by Douglas getting back and just being smart and not fouling.
Under 7 to play. Pillow, cross-court. Good ball movement. Staden, step in 3, knocks it down.
Much better, and they need that. But again, they cannot be going back and forth. They need a couple of stops in a row.
FGCU has hit 4 of their last 5. Smith inside. Bowman. 9 to shoot. Douglas intercepts. Immediately on the run. 3-on-2 again. Levy. Big 3 here. Got it! Era Levy gets it back down to single digits.
And that's just Jacksonville not realizing that substitute that came in, and that is a shooter.
Special Jennings will take a timeout. 72-63 Eagles.
What's got you there, but you are smarter. You recognize that maybe there's a few times that you can pull it out instead of forcing that. Wear down the clock a little bit for yourselves.
The lead is 9, 6 minutes to play. Good pass from Priscilla Williams, dropping the dime to Bowman.
And Jacksonville has just been solid coming out of the timeout and executing the play that's probably been talked about, and everyone is just ready.
25 and 13 for Williams, and add 4 assists as well. Mortag, wild shot. Now how does Jacksonville operate? Get into the half court. Tatum Brown Turns it over. Staten sprinting ahead. Hits the bottom of the rim. Williams was behind her, but wasn't going up to challenge. Uncharacteristic miscue at the rim from Staten. He's had a nice game today, 7 of 12 shooting.
But those missed layups have really cost them. They're 15 for 30 right now when it comes to layups, and that has really added up at this point in the game.
Mitchell spins. The iron kind for Kamari Mitchell. 13-point lead. Staten takes a bump. 20 points for the grad student today. Needs a moment before getting back up here, under 5 minutes to play.
You can tell FGCU is trying to get into that quick pace and keep getting those quicker buckets right now, but it's too many empty possessions back to back right now.
This is one of the marquee games of the weekend in the A-Sun. FGCU entered this with a bit more confidence after winning 2 of their last 3 following a difficult stretch. They had taken down Central Arkansas on the road, took care of business against Bellarmine, continued to get better game after game. Jacksonville, with the individual brilliance of Priscilla Williams and the turnovers forced, the strong defense, it's been an impressive performance today.
And ever since their loss to Eastern Kentucky, they've been on a 4-game tear, just winning endlessly, and that's just a great way to respond to losing to the top team ranked in the conference.
Shooting 20% better from 3. Also 14.5 steals per game, up from the 8 they had during that slump. Smith passed up a 3 for a better shot. Williams helping draw a crowd in the battle for the rebound, drew a foul.
And I don't mind that second guessing from Smith right there. Yes, could she shoot it? Has she made it earlier in this game? Absolutely, but I think, just a couple extra dribbles is wasting that clock that you're looking for.
And by the percentages, that's the better move for her. Well, just 2 for 17 from 3-point range this year. So they would rather her, from an analytical perspective, take that shot. At this juncture, throws it away there, though. Stayed in, a roll falling out of bounds. Didn't have an outlet before she had to take that next step.
And you've seen that a few times from the Eagles today, where everyone's just kind of standing and seeing their teammate in trouble. More movement needs to happen to help bail your teammate out.
Admire the effort. You see the feet shuffle there. That's the right call. Williams swings it. This is Smith dicing into the paint, had it rejected.
Much better defense right there. Yes, Williams was able to go for left a little, but they clogged up that lane and just didn't allow that, so she had to give the ball up.
She's only taken 1 shot in this 4th quarter, but Jacksonville's been okay. Quick pass inside, no. Levy, another jump ball, Jacksonville's gonna get it right back.
And FGCU has done that a few times now, where they have just brought the down ball right into Jacksonville's guards' hands. They are too good at just interrupting the play. FGCU needs to be better about being aggressive when they have the ball.
A costly giveaway of possession there. Brown. Williams for 3, yes, massive. Priscilla Williams, have a day. 28 points, 10 of 14 from the field. Very well may be in line for Player of the Week honors once again.
I think she's made a pretty good,
convincing case. Yeah. Wow. What a statement game.
And it's tough, especially since I'm sure Mortag thought she was up close. Williams, yeah, she shoots from out there, doesn't constantly look, but again, she's already knocked a few down. She's in her rhythm. You just have to get much tougher on her on defense.
This was a matchup. You just didn't know quite what to expect heading into it, right? This is an up year for Jacksonville. This is a down year for FGCU. Yet, Both are 7-4 in league play entering this. The Jacksonville's made a statement and is 340 away from just their 4th win ever against FGCU.
And the Eagles definitely have a lot that they can evaluate, for especially coming into the rest of the conference games. But this is huge, especially if they are to face them come tournament time.
Mitchell with 8 to shoot. It's a screen from Williams. Lost her dribble momentarily. Sinks into the corner. Miller 3, no. Time, a precious commodity now for the Eagles as Pillow misfires. It's one and done for FGCU.
And you can tell they're not even sending too many people inside. Everybody's getting back on defense.
Mitchell caroming to the rim, lost her balance, throws it away. Douglas fouled by Tatum Brown. Not a bad foul, just the 3rd team foul on JU. Jordan Campbell will enter for Levy.
Another thing that's worked in Jacksonville's favor is second chance opportunities. They've had 14 points off of second chance opportunities where Florida Gulf Coast has only had 2. And that is another thing that makes a difference in close games like these.
12 offensive rebounds. It's another separator today. Staden got hit. Not a good foul by Bowman.
Coach agrees with that too. Just not smart from out there. She's already shooting that off balance, and it's kind of a force. Exactly. Yeah. You've already done your job. Just make her make that tough shot.
The Jacksonville team that has already taken down Georgia Tech on the road this season. This will, unless something gets flipped here quickly, this will be also one of the more impressive victories on the resume for Special Jennings' side. Raina Harmon and company back to the drawing board. She's seen improvement. She's been happy with the last week or so. But those two spurts today, the 13-0 run and the 15-0 run, costly. Otherwise, a very even game.
Yeah, that third quarter is definitely going to be a discussion when it comes back to film and really evaluating how they played, how they allowed Williams to get back into it as well.
Yeah, it felt like that first run was due to the absence of Douglas. The second run due to the brilliance of Priscilla Williams.
And there's just no response to her either. Again, that first quarter where she just really wasn't in her game, that's where you almost need to step up even more on making her uncomfortable and not allowing her to get back in.
4 to get it off. Williams, 1 second, flips it up. She missed one. Doing some coaching of her young freshman after the possession as well.
And that's just what makes her a great all-around player, is that it's not just me. She also recognizes that she can speak to her players. Hey, you're better than that. You've got that. Recognize that. Keep moving for me because you can shoot that. You're just as good as I am.
Well, Special Jennings has a really talented pair of freshman guards, doesn't she, between Brown and Smith? First and second in the league in steals. Pillow off target there.
Definitely makes you hopeful for years to come, especially if they don't have to go into that transfer portal and they can stick with it. It's exciting to look forward to.
We tend to think the odds would be stacked against you in that portal conversation, but Special Jennings kept Williams, so who's to say? Open 3, Mitchell. Long. Shot clock doesn't reset though. Basket counts. Or no, offensive foul. Yep, fouls on Smith offensively. Entire Jacksonville bench was celebrating and saw the call.
I gotta say, you've just been seeing that a little bit more from the Jacksonville side, that intensity, their guards just flying in there and not giving up on any possession, just going all out, where FGCU, you haven't really seen too much of that. You've seen sparks of it, but then it just kind of fizzles out.
There's a sustained intensity today from this Jacksonville side. You could feel it throughout. This team responded to their third-year head coach, who has continued to build the profile. Today, getting it done outside of historic Swisher Gym.
Help them be ready when it comes to tournament time.
Again, remember, Rana Harmon hired in April. FGCU is a little behind the 8 ball in terms of putting together a portal class. Could be a very different feel next year in Fort Myers. He's bought in and invested to this group. Still has them in second place in the conference standings entering today. That'll obviously adjust here momentarily.
So you get a better feel for the players that you have. The players get a good feel for how you're coaching and how you're reacting to them. Going into that second season, I feel like there's going to be a little bit better of like a comfort level amongst everybody.
Foul on Staten underneath. It's the unfortunate results of coaching change, right? Every so often, it's hard to do it perfectly.
Especially when we talked to Harmon at the beginning of the season, where she said she had to pull a lot of people out of the transfer portal and talk to them and convince them to stay. That's a lot of work as a coach, and especially as a player when you're already kind of mentally maybe not here anymore, but then to get your coach to convince you to come back. But it's a great level of buying in that you saw from her and the players she did bring back, and the players that stuck around.
Remember, Chelsea Lyles decided to join Carl Smesco in Atlanta. And that left the opportunity for Rana Harmon. Coach Caitlin Clark at Iowa. 13-point lead for Jacksonville. One of the most impressive performances of the season for the Dolphins. All mathematical at this point as Roll puts in 2 points to make the deficit a little closer come final buzzer. Special Jennings telling her team to dribble it out. Jacksonville puts up 81 points on an FGCU defense that was allowing just 59 a game this season. Priscilla Williams, 30 points, 16 rebounds. What a game. Jacksonville knocks off FGCU for just the 4th time in program history.
Yeah, FGCU is definitely going to want to take a look back, and when they come into their next